Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a breaking news report coming out regarding Russia to share with all of you, and we've got a new story here on your screen. EU adopts its latest 16th sanctions package against Russia's economy. EU foreign ministers have approved a 16th round of sanctions against Russia, targeting the cryptocurrency exchange for the first time to prevent Russia from using it to bypass Western sanctions. Okay, so major sanctions being put on Russia's economy today, not only from the EU, but also from the UK and Canada. Okay, they also imposed their own sanctions onto Russia. So, a major volley of sanctions being hammered down onto Russia once again. We've been seeing lots of sanction packages coming out from the West. So, I want to go into all these details, show you what's coming from these sanction packages and what exactly is being targeted. So, we're going to go ahead and hop right into this. We're going to jump over to Vicegrad 24, and first we're going to talk about this EU 16th sanction package that's been put on Russia today, okay? So it says here, breaking, the EU just unanimously passed its 16th sanctions package against Russia. Number one is going to be a ban on Russian primary aluminum imports, okay? And just so you know, I did talk about some of this probably about 5 days ago. I think it was on Wednesday. We did go over some of these details, but for some of you that maybe don't know about this, you didn't see my last video, we'll go ahead and share this info anyway. It says number two, 73 vessels of the Russian Shadow Fleet added to the EU's blacklist, bringing the total to 152 ships. Okay, so going after more of Russia's Shadow Fleet of vessels that they use to transport oil using these tankers. Most of them are oil tankers used to circumvent the G7 oil price cap and support Moscow's war efforts. The package also bans transactions with Russian ports and airports involved in evading the oil price cap and strengthens criteria to sanction vessel owners, operators, and even captains. Okay, so you can see heavily going after their shadow fleet even more. Okay, and it says here, number three, export restrictions on key goods that could bolster Russia's manufacturing and military capabilities. These could include chromium and certain chemicals like precursors used in the CNC machines for precision manufacturing, as well as video game consoles, joysticks, and flight simulators, which Russia has reportedly repurposed for military use, such as controlling drones. Yeah, apparently they use like these joysticks to control drones that they use, like FPV drones. Not sure if they use them for aerial attack drones also. It's possible. And then also banning video game consoles. Yeah, they even banned like PS5s going to Russia as they use the components inside of them to build weapons. Number four, sanctions on individuals and entities. The package adds 48 individuals and 35 entities to the EU sanctions list, subjecting them to asset freezes and travel bans. Additionally, 53 new entities face a transaction ban related to high priority goods sales to Russia, focusing on those tied to the military industrial complex. Okay, and then number five, media and banking measures. Broadcasting licenses for 8 Russian media outlets have been suspended to counter propaganda. 13 additional Russian banks excluded from the SWIFT financial messaging system, further isolating them from global finance. Okay, so this already happened to Russia big time in the very beginning. They were cut off from the SWIFT financial messaging system, and it looks like even more banks are starting to be excluded from using the SWIFT financial system as well. Okay, and then number six, oil and gas refinery service ban. A prohibition on servicing Russian oil and gas refineries has been introduced to limit Russia's energy infrastructure maintenance capabilities. Okay, so also making it difficult for them to maintain their oil and gas refineries. Okay, so that's very big too. On top of that, Ukraine's already been smashing them with drones. We just talked about the Ryazan oil refinery today. Okay, so that's just some details coming out regarding the EU with their 16th round of sanctions onto Russia today. So now we're going to hop on over to another article real quick, and I'll show you guys the information over here regarding the UK. This is from Newsweek. UK hits Russia with its largest sanctions package in years, and this coming out today, February 24th, 2025. We're going to scroll all the way down here, and it has the information for you guys under what to know. The package, comprised of 107 new sanctions, will target Russia's shadow fleet as well as military supply chains, North Korean defense officials involved in deploying troops, 14 Russian individuals funding sectors of the economy contributing to the war, and more. So if you notice, they're even going after the North Koreans here. New sanctions on 40 Russian ships in the Shadow Fleet have made the UK the nation with the most sanctions on Russian ships, 133 in total in all of Europe. So going after more of the Russian Shadow Fleet of vessels. And finally, it says right here the new economic measures will target funds going into Putin's war chest and propping up Russia's kleptocratic system. The UK is also targeting foreign financial institutions supporting Russia's war effort for the first time. Okay, so also going after financial institutions like banks to prevent them from funding this war. Okay, so you can see lots more sanctions coming from the UK also. And finally, we're going to talk about Canada and what Canada was doing today to put sanctions on Russia as well. So from Ukrainska Pravda, Canada imposes sanctions on Russia on anniversary of full-scale invasion. Okay, this also coming out today, February 24th, 2025. And we're going to scroll down here under the details. And it says right here, Canada's new sanctions target 76 individuals and entities in Russia and beyond who are aiding the Kremlin's military-industrial base and cooperating with North Korea. The restrictions also apply to those who have used drones against civilian infrastructure, including the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, those responsible for deportation of Ukrainian children, and figures involved in Russian propaganda. Among the listed entities are the Akhmat Kadyrov Foundation, which this should be out of Chechnya with the Chechen military, the Russian aerospace forces, and the troops responsible for radiological, chemical, and biological defense. Canada is also taking action against Russia's Shadow Fleet by imposing sanctions on 109 vessels. Okay, so more vessels. This is probably more than 200 or 300 just today that are being targeted with sanctions in all with the EU, UK, and also Canada. And it says involved in transporting assets and goods for the benefit of Russia or individuals based there. The list includes 92 oil tankers, 9 liquefied natural gas carriers, and 8 ships used to transport weapons and related materials to Russia from Iran and North Korea. Okay, so we can see here most of this being targeted onto Russia's Shadow Fleet of vessels, and obviously that's a major contributor here. If Russia can continuously sell oil around the world, well, they're in business. When it comes to this war, they can continue to fund it all they want. But if they're not able to transport oil and sell it to other countries, then they obviously can't produce any income for their economy. Thus, they cannot produce weaponry for this war. Okay, so we can see what Europe, along with we got UK and Canada doing the same thing with the EU, putting these major sanctions on Russia today. So very big update. Just wanted to give you guys the latest details on all these sanction packages that have been announced by Western partners for Ukraine onto Russia today. But let me know what you think about all these details down in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.